these screens. We're going to be doing a demonstration strictly in the dark. This area down here gets quite dark down here in the basement. I'm going to be showing you, for those of you who have dedicated theater room setups, or just want a whole movie setup to begin with, on exactly why you don't want to go with a white screen or a gray screen when doing a dedicated movie theater setup, especially untested mixes. Now, we're going to have it completely dark down here. I like the fact that we have the roll up and roll down screen, because I can show you the screen underneath of it. I'll show you how your screen can be affected, even at 5,000 lumens. So let's get this started. We're doing a lot of testing. Like I said, sooner or later we'll have what we need down here to complete all testing. So let's start with this one. I've done this one back in the day. Quite impressive. It's an interesting demonstration to see exactly how much white light the screen actually reflects off. So let's get everything up front. So when we turn the lights out, we know where everything's at. It's going to get dark down here quick. All right, let me see. The projector set up, remote control. Make sure I got everything here. Now I got to turn my lights up upstairs because they're censored, which means if I stand still and they shut off, they're going to come right back on. So I have to turn them off all the way. All right, make sure we got everything here okay. And we got frog tape. Frog tape's over here. Okay, good. Make sure we got everything. Let me go get my lights. Alright, perfect. Nice and dark, eh, people? I'll do a lot of these. And we'll be doing more of them. Alright. So, let's see. The screen paint we're using in the demonstration is Advanced Ambient Rejection Black Phoenix. Now, if you notice, my screen's border is painted white. The projector's not even hitting the border. And look how much light is reflecting off the border. All right, there's my video popping up over there. Let's start off first with the red screen. I want you to look at the floor very carefully. This is how much white light reflects off your screen compared to black technology. See that? That's why when I go to forum sites and I watch these very amazing, awesome, insane, dedicated theater room setups, and I see in their setup that they have a white or gray screen in there, I automatically know from the door what they're picking up already. They got 4,000, 5,000 lumen projectors in there set up in those setups in there. And this is the first thing that pops up. Now mind you, if you have a true dedicated room setup, usually your projector is going to be way in the back inside of a booth. If you have a real dedicated theater setup. And usually people using those particular projectors are using venue projectors because you can interchange the lenses. You can use something called an extended long throw, which basically throws out a narrow image across your theater room and makes contact with the screen. Where you use any other regular projector, it would expand out, it would hit everything in the environment, the back of the seats, the walls, everything. You have to have a special lens for that. I have one of them in the house. So in order to use that, you're going to have a venue projector, something that you interchange your lenses. You can't do that with an everyday projector. And this will just show you exactly, if you have that set up, this is how much light you're pushing out from side to side on your screen. The wake-up call for you theater rooms who think that black screens are not should not be used in dedicated theater rooms. Yes, they should be. It's like opening up the window and watching the sun come through. That's how much light you're casting in your theater room. And guess what? Light gray screen paints do the exact same thing, which I'll show you. Look at all the light I got reflecting all back here. And I'm going to turn my camera this way so you can see this from this point of view. I'm going to bring my screen down. You see how much light you're reflecting right back at you? This is why I explained to you that black technology is superior on so many levels, it's not even funny. Even in a dark environment, the black technology is far more advanced than your white screens or gray screens. That's literally how much light that you're reflecting back in your face every time you turn on your projector in your dedicated theater room. And if you're using a light gray screen paint, it reacts the same way like a white screen. Now imagine, that's you right there. I should have a mannequin head up there. Let's put everything back up again. And every time Crow displays a video, this is what reflects back. Y'all don't see it. Like I said, professionals, we pick it up. We see it in the demonstration. We're looking at the walls like, wow, look how much white light's reflecting off that freaking screen. It's not supposed to look like that. See, the point that you go into your theater room, you paint your walls black, your floors are black, everything is nice and dark in there, that don't mean jack. The minute that screen, that projector hits that screen, all that white light is just going to reflect right back in your face. One more time. Lights on, you would never see this. Lights off. For those of you who like to be in the dark, always want to be in the dark, this is what you're getting. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this product, we're going to stick it up against the screen, see how much of a difference does it change. If you're in a dedicated theater room, how much light is that screen being able to cancel out? The same test. We do these tests all the time. These tests have to be done on screen to see how much light they can absorb in. All right? So we're going to take Crow's personal mix, see if it does any change at all, and how much light we're picking up in the environment. There's this product right there. In any way, is this product changing anything? In my, that's a gray screen. And as you can see, it's not changing much at all. period. All gray screens react the same way. The only screens that have that ability to block that kind of light is black technology. Now, Screen Innovation is the first one that did this demonstration. We got to give them credit for that because they were the first ones that did this demonstration. They came into a room, they had a white screen come down over top their black screen, and the white screen reflected all of its light all over the room. When the black screen hit it, whoop, absorbed it. And that's why people sit there and say, well, no, dedicated theater rooms should have light screens and they should have white screens. Y'all don't know anything at all, period. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, but for you people who make these statements, y'all don't know jack about home theater. I can come here and show you it's a bad idea. It's a very bad idea to have a white and gray screen in a dedicated theater room because you are reflecting way too much light in the environment. Look at the walls. Look over here in the corner. See how dark it is? Now watch this when I bring up the screen, including with this product underneath of it. This is what you want for your own theater setup. Kind of looks like I'm opening up the window to Mars. And those of you that have white screens in there, oh wow, that's absolutely the worst you can have in a dedicated theater setup is a white screen. Look at that, that is horrible. And even his product alone can't stop it. There's a wake-up call for you. Let me show you something else real quick. That's how much white light Crow's screen paint is reflecting off your screen. That's what it looks like. So the same thing when you saw the white screen reflecting all that white light back at you, that's what his product does. Now we already seen the UV mix. The UV mix comes up so dark, it just looks really dirty. It's a very dirty, dirty product. It doesn't have the ability to produce a white level. When it comes to its lighter mixes, even worse now. Now you're talking about a screen paint, number one, that's going to reflect 10 times more light coming at you. This is why your images fade so fast. This is why you have to be in the dark. And even in the dark, you still can't pull a proper image. This is a black screen versus a white gray screen. It's personal mix. It's light mix. Can't even pull a proper color at 5,000 lumens. Let's see if it reacts the same way as the white screen. This is what I mean by, this is why he doesn't want his product down here. When we test your product, it's going to go through the ringer. Lights on and lights off. My lights off demonstrations are brutal. So, like I said, it's not going to be something I'm going to turn the lights on, like look at the difference. No, my lights off demonstrations are brutal. This is the kind of stuff you'll have to go through. We'll take your screen, stick it over here, put it in a fully lit environment, throw a white screen behind the back of it, hit it with 5,000 lumens, see if that screen will basically wash out, if it's going to reflect too much light. There's a whole lot of tests that can be run in the dark that you guys don't see on this channel. Now see here where he's maintaining somewhat of a red level? If he's not a white screen, he can pick up somewhat of a red level. But still, his white levels are too high. And even in the dark, he can't match a black screen, because under a black screen, he comes out white. So at the end of the day, when you're watching demonstrations in the dark on his channel, you are getting a faded image. You just don't notice it because there's not real technology standing behind it, like this. Now look at his product. What does it look like next to the red screen now, to the black screen? It's washed out. And at the same time, the black screen is canceling out any light that a white screen or gray screen can reflect back in your face. Now let's see. Let's get even more pressure. We're gonna find it first. Here we go. We're gonna call this fellow over here Mr. Mannequin, right? This is Mr. Mannequin. Mr. Mannequin is you. That's you sitting over here in your own theater, sitting back watching your screen. Mr. Mannequin just bought himself a home theater system. He's in the dark, and exactly he got 5,000 lumens on his Christie's projector, and he's sitting about right there. You can't see him, can you? That's because our screen is basically blocking any excess light that can be basically hitting you in your face. But let me show you where Mr. Mannequin's at. All I got to do is lift up the screen and show you exactly what you're getting. Let's begin. Mr. Mannequin is right there. Just to show you exactly how much light bounces off your screen and hits you right back in the face. There's Mr. Mannequin. You can see him now right there. When you're watching a movie, you're not supposed to have that much light bouncing back at you. Let's go back over again. Look at this. Look at all the light that's bouncing all over the place in here. Look at that. Now we'll bring our screen down. And show you what you're supposed to be getting. Under the projector, watch this. The wake-up call. That's what's called the wake-up call, people. The wake-up call. Ooh, man, this is going to be bad. That's the white levels on the Phoenix. But if you got sunglasses, you're going to need them. This is how much white light reflects off a white screen. Oh, shit, I brought sunglasses. The biggest mistake people make when it comes to black screens is the fact that the white levels have to be a certain tone. They never should be super bright white. It's the last thing you want. That's why when I do those demonstrations in certified screens, the first thing I show you is just white levels. The first minute I say is, oh, this is not going to go well because I can see the screens are producing too high of a white level. If the white level is too high, as you see on Crow's Mix, if it's producing too high of a white level, that means color is not going to be able to pick up because the screen is generating too much white light. As I showed you with the red screen. Let's turn it around. Let's show you the reaction, what we get when we bring it up. This is you sitting here. This is how much harmful light is hitting you in the face from your projector. And yes, it is harmful light. Look at Mr. Mannequin. He's painted jet black. My projector's not even, the screen's not even fully up yet. That's how much light is bouncing back in your face. Now my projector is sitting at the distance that it needs to sit at to be to produce a 92-inch screen. This is a distance throw. It has to sit back in order to actually accommodate that screen over there. From that distance, this is how much light you're pushing back into your environment. As you notice, the screen's coming down, so the room is getting darker. A lot of things you don't see in a demonstration. I tell you, you miss a lot of stuff when we're watching the demonstration. Like, wow, people are missing so much information in demonstrations that the corner cutters are not showing you. Let's go over to blue. Here we are popping up blue. Let's see how bright blue is going to get for you. And you know what's even sadder? What's even sadder that not only is the white screen producing such a faded and washed out image, and it's a bright image, but look at the color. The color is not even blue. Look at Crow's screen paint. It's not even the color of our screen. So that Cinemax is lighter. I'm going to look at the Cinemax and tell you Cinemax is lighter than the Personal. The Personal is very light. It's a very light screen paint. But the Cinemax, yeah, the Cinemax is very light, and I couldn't imagine the white levels that bounce off that thing. But if you really think you're seeing real color with the lights out on those videos, no, you're not. That color couldn't be any more faded than, man, I'm telling you, a pair of washed out jeans. This is why you're told to calibrate. Now, if you already painted your screen with this screen paint, you've already ruined your screen already. It's ruined. You're not even getting what your projector can give you back. And you can fix the problem, but you ruined your screen already. And this is product. Not producing any images back at you. Let's go over here. Let's pull up no matter what color we choose, it's not going to pick it up. This is not going to pick it up. Oh, you didn't know Phoenix technology could produce white levels that high. Well, you just saw the demonstration of the Phoenix. Basically, when it came down, it was able to produce a higher white level than Crow's UV mix and produce a better contrast in its UV mix and better color than its UV mix. So what do you think it's going to do against this screen right here? That's a light gray screen. It's going to wash it out. And it's going to be to produce white levels high enough to match it. So not even in the dark, not even in an area that he is comfortable in, this product doesn't even work in the dark. Look at the white screen and look at his product. Now, before those of you say, well, Bird, that's not fair because you don't have enough of his products over there to do a proper demonstration. That's interesting. Maybe you would think that. We could, if somebody wasn't afraid to bring their products down here and do proper testing. So if you notice that the demonstrations we're doing over here, he doesn't do those demonstrations in his video demonstrations. No, his screen would fail. He would have problems, a lot of problems. He has to keep his screen in a comfortable environment, but you can't even hide in the dark because we can play in the light and we can play in the dark too. Our screens produce amazing images in the dark. And this is the reason why he cancels orders. What would happen if we had all his products down here? What do you think would happen? Same conversation I had about 2 years ago when it came to the time we were trying to obtain the UB mix, the personal mix, and the Metallica mix. We had the same conversation. What would happen if we had his products down here? And now we have his products down here. And this is the result you're seeing. So what happens now? We get the rest of the products down here. Do you think they would change anything different? No, they're going to react the same way. I guarantee you. Nothing's going to change. Let's keep going. So you can see exactly for those of you who watch his demonstrations in the dark that even in the dark, his product fails miserably. Next to black technology. And this is not even phantom technology yet. This is our Phoenix. So that's the difference that your product gets back. When a projector is producing purple, this is the best your screen can come up when it comes to color. Now we have the Metallica mix down here. There's no point doing demonstrations against that because he discontinued. He discontinued that product because, like I said, at the end of the day, we were able to expose them and show you that that product was made out of black and white paint. That's why you're not seeing it anymore. Because the video surfaced that he deleted of him making a black and white product named after the exact same product he was selling on his website. That's why you don't see it there anymore. But we do have your personal mix. And what I find interesting about the personal mix, you talk a lot about it and those demonstrations you were doing about how this is supposed to be a product that was customized that you made for yourself. That's why it's called personal. Usually when your person develops a product especially for them, they're going to pull out all the bells and whistles. They're going to make sure they have the best of the best. It's their personal product. Their elite, their flagship, their Delta. So they're going to make sure they have the best of the best. And then they'll say, you know what, I'm going to release it to you so you can have it too. So all that stuff you talked about in your demonstrations were false. Because your product can't even pull a proper color in a dark environment at 5,000 lumens. It is a complete fail. And even in the dark. So let's move on to something else. Let's go pick up some contrast levels, shall we?
Your arm has never been more powerful. It can save lives, lift your community. You have the power to finish this. Vaccination appointments are available today, so get yours and get us back to us. Find the vaccine at pa.gov/COVID. Pay for it with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Oh yeah, fully vaccinated. Don't play around with that. There you are. Can't pull contrast. If you have white screens too, this is an eye opener for you too. Not just with his product, but those who have white screens, so they're still using white screens. Let's bring our screen up. And if you notice, his personal mix is pulling the exact same contrast level as a white screen. Probably a little bit slight difference, but not by much. Mind you, you're not going to be sitting up on top of the screen, so you have to be, I'm back here where my projector's at. No one's going to sit that close to a screen that big. Let's see if the screen shows any difference. See, a little slight slight difference in contrast. That's it. Is it showing at black level? No. There you go. You see it now? That's why I tell you that you watch his demonstrations and he's trying to tell you that you're seeing a black level. You're not seeing black. You're seeing a shade of gray. That's what you're seeing. Only Phoenix, only the technology we developed can produce a 100% black level. So anytime you see him display a contrast level and he's trying to tell you that's black, that's not black, that's gray. Now it looks black if you have it against a white screen, which will remove our screen altogether. And we'll just leave the white screen in there. Let's take our screen out of the equation. Now, our screen's out of the equation now. If you look at it, if you did a white screen behind it, you would think, see, that is pulling a black level. No, you're actually seeing gray. That's what you're seeing, not black. So by him going on there and telling people that he's pulling a 100% black level or he's pulling true contrast is a lie, because he's not pulling that. Because he is pulling 100% contrast level, his black level should match perfectly with the black screen that's going to roll down behind him right now, which is a Phoenix. Which in no way, form is he matching the Phoenix. Actually matching the white screen. He only has a slight contrast level to the white screen. But to the Phoenix, his screen is coming up gray. That's why I sit there and I watch those demonstrations. Sometimes I pop in and I watch a couple of demonstrations. I watch everybody. I watch those demonstrations and I see your comments at the bottom to my, oh man, it's amazing. I said, Black, you don't even know what you're talking about at all. Because the professionals, we sit here and we laugh at you. Because you don't, I'm not saying basically people who don't know. People who do think they know everything. We get those from time to time to come into the room, start running their mouth. We talking about y'all. They come in the room and run your mouth, think y'all know everything. Y'all don't know jack. You don't know jack. That's why I sit here and laugh at y'all. When y'all come on my channel talking trash, I laugh at y'all. Y'all don't know jack. Y'all don't have enough experience in the field to even understand what you're talking about. I know. I've seen these sets before. I've done these sets before. If a true screen is 100% can pull 100% black level, you stick that screen in a dark environment or a well-lit environment, you pull that star field demonstration, that screen's going to produce a black level where the lights are on or off. So when someone comes in the room and says, oh no, this product can pull 100% black level. Well, if that's the case, then how come we're having such a difficult time getting the product down here? Because it can't. Basic common sense. The Cinemax, whatever that paint's called, can't pull 100% contrast level. It can't do it. I don't know what freaking Harry Potter and Universal Studios Magic Wonderland of puppycorns and rainbows you live on, but it doesn't work in the real world. You can't produce it. It doesn't work that way. Now, for those of you that have white screens, this is what you're getting from your white screens. All right, let's get some colorful items in here. Let's go with some butterflies, or I don't know what we want to get in here. Let's put some other colors in here. That's why I say you gotta be careful. When you watch these demonstrations, you gotta be really careful. When people talk a lot of trash, you have to be to back it up. That's why if I do a demonstration with lights out, it's not gonna be a demonstration. We're gonna turn the lights out and we're just gonna run some pretty colors across the screen. I'm gonna show you and break it down for you so you can understand what's happening and why your screen's reacting that way. Now, one of the things that's gonna pop up if you're definitely doing demonstrations in the dark is your screen's reflecting too much white light, it's gonna be bouncing off the ceiling and walls. I've said that before. For those who have dedicated theater rooms, you're using those light gray screen paint mixes, you're using those white screens, your white light is bouncing all over the place. You'd be surprised. Now, when I watch our demonstrations, I see light bouncing everywhere. I'm like, wow, that is messy. Let's come over here and let's grab some beautiful butterflies. This one here. right, so let's go down to the white screen. See how much quality we're losing off our white screen compared to black technology. Look at Crohn's mix up there in the corner. Some people think if they get a high lumen projector, that's going to fix the problem. No, it's going to make it even worse. So there's the difference between Crohn's product and the white screen. And people will look at that and go, but I don't see where I'm losing anything. Here, you're losing a lot out of that. And no way in the world should he be matching a white screen. If that's the case, then you just go out and just buy yourself a white screen. Why spend $107 for a quart of paint when you can just buy a 150-inch white screen for $48? Because that's what they cost on Amazon. See all the detail you're losing? See how the black screen puts everything back in perspective? Look at that. That's how your image is supposed to look. Not washed out. Not like you had your face sitting in front of a floodlight. Let's go over to, so you can find, oh, here's this beautiful. We're pausing on that. Beautiful flowers. Bring your screen back up. Watch your color wash out. Now, those of you who have churches, schools, auditoriums, wherever you may have a white screen for your business establishment, this is what you're doing. Wait till you see what football looks like. You're washing out your screen. But some people think, oh, if I get a high-powered projector, maybe I can fix the problem. Nope, making it worse. Making it much, much worse. Now, if you look at Crow's product is matching the white screen again. Again, like I said, might just go and buy a white screen. And also, too, don't forget, remind you, his product is supposed to be to make our screen dark and unwatchable. There you go. That's how your screen's supposed to look. Look at all the dark lights. There's no light splashing all over the place. And meanwhile, look at this screen. The power screen is pushing up all that white light. I don't even know how in the world you're telling people that your product works with venue projectors. It doesn't. That's why I sat there and told you this product can't work with venue projectors. Venue projectors work better with black screens because they can absorb all the excess light that projector is going to push off. You, on the other hand, you're reflecting it all over the place. That's not good. Let's go into something else. Let's do contrast demonstration. Now he did a lot of black levels. As a matter of fact, when it came to the personal mix, he did a lot of contrast demonstrations in the dark. Let's see exactly what you were getting, for real, for real. None of that fake cutting corners nonsense. Let's see what you're actually really getting versus real black technology next to it. Not whatever that fake nonsense he has mixed around in that freaking container. Let's see what we're going to get. And all the way back some. Your screen is bringing up the exact same white level as the white screen. Again, that's not good. Look at that. Man, I don't want to put the camera too close because if I turn it up, like I said, when that light pushes through, it's going to blind the crap out of you. Look at that. Look at the contrast level. Let's come out a little closer to the screen. Let's see how much of a difference that this screen is pulling up the contrast level next to a white screen. Not by much. I told you, by a slim margin. See where the saddlebags right here? They're supposed to be black, not this color. This is gray. So what you're seeing right here is a different, darker shade of gray. It's supposed to be that color right there, not that color. The same color that's being picked up here on the white screen, right there, it's picking up right across here on his product. On our technology, it's black. You've been lying to your customers, Crow. You haven't been honest with them. This is why, like, when I do demonstrations, I break them down. This is how it's supposed to be done. So you know exactly what you're buying. And then look how much light we're canceling out at the same time. It's a demonstration you faked in the dark. Now, even in the dark, you can't pull the night sky. The night sky on this demonstration is pitch black dark. You're not pulling that up. Let's see where the white screen comes in too. Now mind, these are test demonstrations we do for companies all the time. If the company wants to know the difference between having the benefits of having a black screen in a dark environment, there's a big benefit of having black screens in dark environments. And like I said, you might just go out and get yourself a white screen because you're just going to be able to do the exact same thing. Now all those demonstrations that Jamie has done in the dark, complete fail. Every last one was a fail. Not only can our screens cancel out any excess light that's going to be splashing around in your theater room, but also too it's going to give you 100% contrast level. If you had this is a 92 inch. If we had a 92 inch of his product painted on the screen, the same bright image you're seeing right now, his sample sheet, that's what you're reflecting back. All that white light's going to reflect back. here.
I wanna see you stand up. I wanna feel you be proud. I wanna hear you beating heart. Live out loud.
Look at red. How you doing, red? Now mind, we're doing both. We're doing white screens and his product. Those of you who have white screens set up and you think that, bottom line, your screen looks fantastic in the dark, it doesn't. It looks absolutely horrible in the dark. It's just a bit of a wake-up call for you. Because I bump into customers from time to time that'll have a white screen and go, no, I got this white screen set up. The screen looks amazing. I don't think I have to change anything else. I tell them on the phone, I say, you know what? You have no idea how much you're losing from your projector. And I have some really nice projectors, nice 4K, beautiful projectors. You're getting 30% of your projector's quality. That's all you're getting. You really think you're seeing actual reds and blues and greens? No, your images are washed out. As you're seeing right now. My projector's 5,000 lumens. Now, when we move the screen up, you will notice that Jamie's product will show a slight little difference right there in the screen. So you're still not getting 100% of your projector. You're still getting probably way less. You're not getting less than a white screen. I told you, his product can show an improvement over a white screen, but not by much, as I said. Not by much. You still come up with a much bigger screen if you just got the white screen instead. Not by much. And then look at all the white light that's bouncing around my environment off both screens. Those of you who have theater rooms and you have his product painted your home, just go out and buy yourself a spotlight, stick it in the middle, and blind everybody in the front row, because that's pretty much what you just did. Now that's the difference between our product and his. See how the colors pop? Compared to the white screen at the bottom. Now up close, you would have to be up close to see the difference. Remember the whole bare silver screen thing? Where you have to be up close to see the difference, but at a distance you can't? Same scenario here. Up close, you can see the difference between the white screen and his screen, right? Up close. But if I pull the camera back, you can't tell the difference. Which means you just might as well just go and just buy yourself a white screen and be done with it. Save yourself some money. Because you can just do the same thing with the white screen you can do with this product. And as for those of you who have white screens who think that because you're in the dark and your screen looks amazing, no, your screen looks absolutely horrifying. I'm sorry, I know some people don't want to hear that, but it's true. This is how your screen's supposed to look. Now, if you look at my environment, see how it's nice and dark? Oh, it's a sad thing. You just don't know what you're missing. It's a sad thing. It is a sad thing. It's a sad thing because you don't know what technology we've given you. We allow you to be able to have. Mind you, if I want, I could sell out and make this all corporation only, and wouldn't even have, my customers wouldn't even be able to touch this stuff. Because I know how much money I can get for my technology. It's worth quite a lot of money. But I chose to design my technology so that everybody can afford it. And I'm still working on negotiations with that because, like I said, I got certain products set aside that I'm working on, more advanced than this stuff, that I'm working on for my customers for the next stage that are going to be designed to make it so everybody can afford it. They're going to have stuff designed for corporate, stuff for big companies, and I want stuff developed for the everyday Joe that they can have a high-performance screen without going through this freaking Mickey Mouse nonsense or these high and expensive screens. But this is just to show you that even in the dark, your screen's still not even safe from the nonsense and the bullcrap. And those of you talking about turn the lights out, here's the lights off demonstration. Now you see exactly what you were buying and what you're getting from his products. Told you his products don't work. This is why the darker screens in any company cost the most money, because they're designed to do stuff like this. The only difference is between their stuff and our stuff is our stuff can beat their stuff because we test our products against their top professional screens. That's why I have a kitchen drawer full of their top screens, because that's what I test my stuff against. So anytime one of my customers buy our products, they're getting a screen that can beat a $6,000 projection screen. That looks absolutely incredible in the dark. Jamie's product in the dark? Yeah. Now you guys do it. Now look at this. We're going to bring it up again. Now, like I said, sitting from here, you really can't see a difference in this product versus the white screen. You're going to have to get up. We're going to have to walk over to the screen in order for you to see a somewhat difference. Are you really going to be sitting this close to the screen when you watch it? I doubt you are. You're going to be sitting back here. Probably your projector's going to be a little farther back. Told you. You couldn't tell the difference. You can't tell the difference between his screen and a white screen. So how in the world is it possible that you're going to see the difference between Bear's silver screen and his screen being displayed? And mind you, they're both done in the dark. At 13 feet back, while there's motion moving across the screen. You have to get up and walk over to the screen, which you had to do, and be at a finger distance from the screen to show you the difference. No one's going to sit that close to a screen that big. So if you can't tell the difference between one or the other, then you just might just go out and buy the Bear silver screen and be done with it. Save yourself some money. Look at the red on the dog's collar real carefully. For those of you who have white screens to show you exactly what you're missing. So you thought the image looked nice? That's why I told you, when I see a white screen, I can't stay in a room. I can't, because I'm used to seeing something better. When I went to Disney World, they had that whole display on that tiger exhibit. They had all these big white screens in there. And I saw I got a chance to duck behind the back to check out the projectors. They were all barcode, big boy projectors back there. Of course, it's Disney. I got the money, you know what I mean? And I go, you got to be freaking kidding me. It looked horrifying. I can't be in here with this. Can't do it. I couldn't imagine people like, okay, my palate, I went to restaurant school, so my palate's like, you know what I mean? It's not homed in. But I got people, family members that are basically, their palates are really, really well toned, where they can taste things and they're really good at that particular point. Mine's like, a little bit, but they're really, really good at it. And they can't eat at every restaurant. They can't. I've literally watched my family members go in, and I have a sister who's a 5-star chef. She'll go in there, she'll sit down and she'll eat. And she'll get up and walk out like, I'm done, I can't eat this junk, it's trash. But the food tastes perfectly fine to me and everybody else, but they can't eat it. Because their palate is refined for a certain kind of food, for a certain kind of taste. Kind of jacked up when you really think of it at the end of the day, because, you know, it's kind of like, it's a good thing, I guess it is in some ways, but in other ways, like, you really can't enjoy everything that everybody else can enjoy because you're used to tasting food a certain way. Same thing the same way when I look at screens. I'm used to seeing screens a certain way. So if I walk into an exhibit and they got white screens, I'm like, oh, great, goodness, the screen looks disgusting. I can't deal with this. I got to go. And people will look at it and say, what's wrong with it? The screen looks perfectly fine. If you're looking at the screen right now, you think it looks perfectly fine, right? The reds look red. Everything looks perfect, right? All this is washed out to me. It doesn't look right. It looks washed out. But if you're looking at it right now, you think it looks perfectly fine, right? There's nothing wrong with it, right? It's a washed out image. Look at the reds. And I'm going to show you what you're supposed to be seeing. I'm going to show you what I see in my head. This is what I see when I see red. This is what it's supposed to look like. Now you get an idea of what goes on in my head. When I look at a screen, what I'm supposed to see, what I see. Now you see it? There you go. That's how red is supposed to be displayed. There you go. That's what I see. So when I watch its videos, and everybody's going, oh, look at the colors. No. Every last one of the colors he's displaying is washed out. That's why. See? Washed out. That's why I sit there and say, when I have conversations with you crow boys that come to my channel and you start running your mouth about his product, this, that, and the other, I said, you don't even know what a real professional screen even looks like. You don't. You don't even know what red looks like. You're completely colorblind. Not to be rude, but you are colorblind. You don't know what red actually looks like. That is actually horrible. That's why you're told to calibrate your projector. That's why. Got to calibrate your projectors if the colors are not coming in right. The technology we had today in projectors compared to what we had at 35 millimeter reel-to-reel, the technology we have now, there's nowhere in the world, guys, you should ever be calibrating a projector. Never should be calibrating one. At the end of the day, it comes down to your screen. That's what it comes down to. Now that I showed you what the color looks like, now the screen looks washed out, doesn't it? I didn't ruin you. Sorry about that. Spend enough time with me, you'll have a refined palette. You won't even look at a screen the same ever again. You won't. I even have problems when I go into movie theaters. Same thing, same effect pops up in movie theaters. It does. I have problems in movie theaters too, because I know the screen's supposed to look a certain way. Yeah, that line exhibit, I was like, done, done. I'm out of here. I'm done. And she was like, oh, why don't you get my business card? Now I'm on vacation. I don't want to be bothered. Oh, man. Horrible. Let's go back. Hold on, I'm going to do that one again real quick. Absolutely horrible. The bass. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad. Let's go over to some blueberries. That looks pretty good, right? Color looks perfect, right? Blueberries are reflecting too much white light, therefore you can't see the detail in the fruit. That's what it's supposed to look like. And you're reflecting way too much white light. Whew, man, we got to do some more on this. We'll do some more demonstrations with the lights out. I don't want to go past my time here. I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll do some more demonstrations because there's so much stuff I want to show you that you're not seeing. Like literally, once we get done watching these demonstrations, I guarantee you'll be able to walk in and watch. Look at that. I do this all day. I'll walk in and watch demonstrations all day, and you'll be able to go, wow, that's messed up. That don't look right. That don't look right. Yeah, you'll be able to see it. You'll definitely be able to see it. That's what I do. Get myself a hot cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee. My fault, people. Hot cup of tea, and I'll sit down. I'll watch nothing but demonstrations on certified screens, hobbies. I'll watch you guys all day long, and I can see all the flaws. Not only can I see the flaws in your environments, I can see the flaws in your screens. I can see where your colors are washing out, where they're fading out, everything. It's like having X-ray vision, but for projection screens. Oh, this is going to go really, really bad. All right, let's do this one right here. You know what's going to happen, right? We all know what's going to happen. Watch the contrast disappear. That's why I said contrast is everything. I can't explain this enough. Why contrast is everything. Look at Crow's screen paint up there at the top. It's doing the exact same thing the white level's doing. It's probably going to show a little bit of a slight difference. So we'll see what happens. Bring it up. That's how much of a difference you're going to get. That's it. Let's bring it back down. And look at the environment. Look at all of it. You look at the demonstrations, I want you to look at the environment, how much white light is splashing all over the place. This is very important. Guaranteed, you watch lights up demonstrations on his videos, you don't see it like this. This is what you're supposed to be seeing. Anytime I go to a test facility, anytime I have to be called on a contract, these are the stuff that I put my screens through, every time. I'm going to make sure the product works before you sign me to a contract. All right, we pretty much, let's let this play through. I'm going to bring the screen all the way up and let it play through. We'll get our screen out of the way right now. Remove our screen, get out of the way. And we'll let the other screen play. We're going to remove ours. See if Crow's product makes any difference whatsoever. Like I said, just know that people say, why don't you test somebody else? I don't have to test anybody else's screen paint. No one else is making accusations like he's making them. He's making accusations that his products are producing 100% contrast levels and all kinds of nonsense, you know? No one else is making these accusations but him, so I'm going to give him the floor. Ah! Sunglasses! Good gracious. I couldn't imagine sitting up. I'm telling you, this is the reason why when they tell you have to sit back at a certain distance, this is why. This is where that comes from. We have to sit back at a certain distance in order to enjoy the projector's viewing pleasure. Because if you're sitting too close and the screen's reflecting too much white light, this is going to blind the daylights out of you. My screen's 126 inches and it sits in my window upstairs and I'm not that far from the screen. You know why I don't have any problems with it messing with my eyes? Because the black screen upstairs is designed to absorb the light. That's why if you notice, if you look at my new demonstrations in that environment, there's not light reflecting all over the ceiling and everything. And my walls are white in the next room. That screen absorbs all that light in and that's it. Just shows the neon, that's it. Man! Sunglasses, definitely sunglasses. Whew. Gotta bring down the screen on that one. Ugh. Look at the fruit. Look at the detail that pops up out of the fruit once our screen goes over top of it. There you go. That's how it's supposed to look. Not that nuclear blast. Good gracious, man. If I ain't have a headache today, I'm definitely going to have one tomorrow. That's why you can't sit too close to your screen, because white screens produce too much white light. You blind yourself. Here comes the sun. Doo, 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 doo. Watch the fruit disappear. Watch the discoloration of the apricot. I'm saying it correctly. I butchered the name on that one. There you go. Everything you're saying is washed out. It's all washed out. Sorry, people, but it is. Watch the detail in the ice pop up. So you can't see the detail in the ice because the screen is whitewashing itself. You need contrast even in white levels so you can see the detail. So you can see where the separation ends, where it ends here and where it begins here. Now watch it disappear. Now you can't see the detail anymore. It's like a huge blur on the screen. Sorry about that. I'm not going to get this request from people to go, turn the lights out. Turn the lights out. Oh, your screen don't work with the lights out? Man, you have no idea. Now, keep in mind, as I said before, if my technology looks amazing with the lights on, what do you think it looks like with the lights off? Look at the contrast pop into the screen. It's all that you're losing from your projector. And mind you, my projector cost me $270. My projector's been discontinued since 2014. It's an old projector. There's nothing wrong with the projector. It's a screen that's having the problem. Now look at the image. But without our technology, well, this is what you have. And this is why you have to go in and calibrate your projector. And this is why you have to be in the dark environment thinking that you're going to get a better image when you're not going to get a better image. Our technology is what gives you the best image you're ever going to get from your projector. Without our technology, your technology screen projector's not worth anything. I'm not bragging here, but it's the truth. You only have a couple options here. Your options is you can deal with this guy right here who cuts corners left and right, doesn't do his demonstrations properly, doesn't do his contrast, doesn't do anything at all. No testing, whatever on his product whatsoever. That's why he's a cancel king. He can't even back his own product. And then you got these big companies out here that are going to charge you thousands and thousands of dollars for screens that half of them are not even ultra short throw compatible. You have to have a certain screen to take it outside, a certain screen for ultra short throw. You got to buy this crazy expensive projector because those screens depend mainly on the projector's performance. There's no way to worry you're hitting one of those with one of the projectors I have back here. You call any one of those dealerships and you tell me I got a Chrissy LW 501. I have one of those. I'm like, oh heck no, you can't use that. Here, let me pick out a projector for you. I guarantee at the end of the day, a projector can cost you $3,000 easily. So you spend $5,000 for the projection screen, $3,000. You're $8,000 already in the hole. You haven't even bought your movie chairs yet. Not your popcorn maker, nothing to decorate your theater room. You're $8,000 in. Don't even have a theater system yet set up. But my customers don't go through that. My customers, I can direct them on eBay and send them out with a projector that would cost them maybe $300, maybe $400, maybe $150. And with our technology, that projector being at $130 or $270, it's going to look absolutely incredible. And it has the ability to be able to outperform some of the top screens on the market. Ultra short throw compatible. They can take it outside if they want to. They can use it in a fully lit environment. Heck, your wife can sit there and read a book at the same time while you watch the Super Bowl. That's technology. And it won't cost them an arm and a leg. One quart paints up to a 130-inch screen. One of these screens over here at 100 inches would cost you an easy $5,000 to $4,000. Even at $1,600, it would still cost more than our technology. It would cost my customers $224 a quart. And even with the lights out, the technology still can't keep up. So let's see. I buy this screen on eBay. It would cost me $68, including shipping. The screen paint to paint it would cost about 1 quart, would be $224. My projector behind me would be around $270. My sound system down from my sound bar, $120. Still a lot cheaper than $8,000. And yet, I can beat their screens with no problem. That's what I mean by costing my customers nothing. And he said to tell you saving you hundreds. Not really. We save you thousands, but he's not save you 100. Technically, like I said, you can do the same thing with black and white paint. But let's move on from there. Oh, I could not imagine being in someone's theater room and being hit with a projector that's going to produce this kind of white light back at me. I'd have headaches. This is why I don't have the camera up close, because literally you would get a headache looking at this. I want you to check out Mr. Mannequin. You see Mr. Mannequin over here? That's Mr. Mannequin. This is his home theater setup. You see Mr. Mannequin perfectly. That's how much light that's hitting you in the face by Mr. Mannequin. Now we're going to bring our screen down and show you how you're supposed to be. Oh, that light coming back at you? You're not supposed to be experiencing that. Mr. Mannequin. Now as my screen's going down, we're producing the better image, and we're actually getting rid of all the excess light that's bouncing around the environment. There you go. Mr. Mannequin anymore. Just a little shadow of Mr. Mannequin. That's how much light's hitting you in the face. Alright, so let's come out of this real quick. Let me do a demonstration to show you how products are supposed to be reacting in a dark environment. And let me detail what you see exactly what you were getting. Tomorrow, we'll do some certified screens tomorrow. How about that? But for those of you wondering, how in the world does our technology compare against 6,000 and 7,000 expensive certified screens? We'll do that tomorrow. You're going to be quite shocked when you see that one. Last one we're going to do right now. And this also answers the question for those of you that email me about motorized projection screens. Can I paint it? Have you seen every time from the video I've rolled the screen up and down, up and down? Yeah, you can paint motorized projection screens. I love doing the motorized screens. Buy me a cheap one for like $68. Turn turn into one of these. Right there. The screen you're seeing right there is Crow's UV Mix. In the middle of the screen, right there. Our lights out. That's how his product comes up. His UV Mix, I told you, it can't see white light. So it has a problem with picking up white light. It can't see it. Now, for those, I had some people question about the sample sheet we have here. They wanted to know if it was actually his product. I said, yes, it is his product. We wanted earlier today. We placed an order for a new product, a new more UV Mix that had brought up here because to satisfy those naysayers. We're going to do an unboxing. We're going to paint the screen, put it side by side to the product, side by side container to show that we actually have the product here. This is product. But unfortunately, we couldn't do that. Sorry, Crow boys. And you make these accusations where, you know, you want to say that we don't have, this is not his product. And when we try to order the product to bring it down here to do these demonstrations, he canceled the order today. So, yeah, so much on that one. Maybe you can go back and you can talk to him about, hey, look, we're trying to back you up on this. You know, maybe the product he has here is not really yours. Oh, it's his product, trust me. We got unboxing videos on it. But go back and say, well, you should let the order go through. But it doesn't make a difference. You know, you can talk to them all you want. Like I said, I have people placing orders right now. So it's going to be a bit of a paranoid stage for him for the next couple of days. It's not going to be to figure out who's who. If he calls you up and he starts questioning you, asking you questions, you know why. If someone's going through all that to begin with, then maybe that might not be the product for you to buy. But as you can see, it's not pulling up jack. See, Crow? My technology pulls a higher white level than your product. I can do it with the lights out. And still do the same demonstration with no problem. See? So I can come into your world, your environment, because you play in the dark all day. I can easily come in the dark and play. Not a problem. I can play with screens with the lights on, lights off, not a problem. We can go in any environment we want. And meanwhile, look at the white screen at the same time. Look how the white screen is washing out and our screen is adding detail to the white surface. Here comes Crow's product to show you how dark it comes up. The problem with the UV Mix, the reason why I can't pull white light, because it's paint. That's why. There's nothing special in it. It's paint. Now, at least with a gray screen is going to pull a somewhat of a contrast level, to a certain degree. But if they make it too dark, then the problem you're going to have is your white levels are going to start to suffer by a lot. And if you don't have anything in it that gives the ability to see white light, well, then it's going to come out really, really, really dirty. And I can see right here by the product he has here, he didn't do any form of testing. He just threw this stuff together. There's no testing done. If he had done testing and he saw this result right here, now mind you, if you're making screen paint and you do a test, right, behind closed door, nobody knows about, and your product came up that dark, do you think you would launch that product? No, you wouldn't launch it. You would go back and try to fix the problem. He didn't even test it. That's why he doesn't know about it. It should never be that dark. And mind you, my screen is darker than his screen. My screen's jet black. His screen's kind of a dark gray. So no, he did no testing at all with the product. That's so bad. It's not even funny how bad that is. It's like an eraser. It's actually like an eraser. It's erasing away the dirty parts.
Join large-scale battles with military vehicles. The online action game War Thunder has received a major update. That's sad. That is real sad that your product literally comes up that dark. And mind you, we're in a lights out environment with a 5,000 lumen projector, and your UV mix cannot see any form of white light. Not with the lights on. We did with the lights on, we did the lights off, and it's not picking up anything at all. It's very, very dirty, very dingy. You didn't test this product at all. That's what's disgusting about it. He didn't test it. He just threw anything together into a mixture. He did it on a standalone screen. Because I guarantee the demonstrations you're seeing right now, it's your first time seeing these demonstrations, Crow Boys, or anybody else, it's your first time seeing these demonstrations. He doesn't do demonstrations like this. If he did, you would have saw this to begin with. That is really bad. And as a white screen will wash out anyway, because white screen is just producing too much white light. That's why you're not seeing the detail in the wall. That's why it's disappearing. But look how dirty that image comes up on this product. Man, that's a shame. That's an absolute shame. There's no excuse why you should be looking. Oh shit, hold on. There's no excuse why you should be looking like that. That's absolutely horrible, man. That's really bad. You didn't do any proper testing with this at all.
Let's go to an all white screen. That's really, really bad. I couldn't imagine you developing a black screen. Oh, I think, yeah, we'll test it all right. We'll test it. Make one. Please do. Make one. I'll test it. It'll never pass. It won't pass any of the demonstrations we do down here. This is not even passing. This is really bad. Your screen should never be displaying a level that dark. I couldn't imagine what a black product would look like underneath. It would absolutely be horrifying. Let me see something for a minute. Let me pull up J and K. And you're going back up there. That's horrible. I can't imagine. You can't make a black screen paint. Two reasons why. Number one, he's actually been a hypocrite toward black technology. So, no, it didn't make him look like a hypocrite if he did it. Number two, he can't do it. He doesn't understand white light. That's the problem. He can't understand white light. Yeah, you gotta do a better job, man. This is bad. This is gonna be really bad. I know red's not gonna pick up. I know that for a fact. That's not gonna happen. So your reds are not gonna pick up. The white screen's not gonna be pick up red. That's not gonna happen. Wow. Well, just like I thought. Very dirty product. Very, very, very dirty product. We didn't do any testing at all. You can see that right to the door. That's the personal mix. We have it right now. So what does the personal mix look like against a white screen showing off skin tones? Let's see what it looks like. The reason why you didn't see that is because you didn't have a big white screen behind the back of the screen at all, period. I'm going to cut a lot of corners. That's pretty much basically about it. Just cutting corners for the sake of just cutting corners. There you go, people. Well, not only did my technology basically get rid of all the excess light that was actually whitewashing the ceiling and walls, but on top of that, produces better color, white levels, and contrast. As I said before, your product is obsolete. It is. It's an obsolete product. Show you how it's done. Well, people, there you go. I don't know what could be more convincing than that. Wow, that's bad. Well, I expected to have some difficulties with the lights out. Wow, that's really, really bad. That's really, really bad. It'll make a difference. So right now, this technology just displayed a better white level than your UV products. When I first developed the Phoenix technology, I sat there and said on camera, I said, buddy, I'm going to tell you something from the door. Before you even want to start to go down this road trip, you don't want to bother with this stuff. This stuff is actually, Phoenix technology is extremely advanced technology. And I warned them. Now, even in your own dark environment, you can't even hold a candle to this technology. You can't. This screen can blow your screen out of the water with the lights on or off. Doesn't really make a difference. I can change any environment and the screen will still blow you out with no problem. You can't stand against your product is not, it's not good. It's not at all. From my personal opinion, it's not good. From my professional opinion, it's not good. At the end of the day, it's primer. That's what it is. That's when it's coming up as primer. The only thing I can do with your product is literally just use it to recoat my screens before I actually apply my application to it. Not to be rude or anything, but that's pretty much what it is. It didn't show anything. In any of the tests we did with the lights out, it came up horrifying. The UV mix came out dark, dirty, dingy, and just about everything else on the face of the sun. And your other product, basically, like I said, you couldn't tell the difference between that screen and the white screen sitting at 13 feet. I'm about 13 feet back. You're about 13 feet back. Couldn't tell the difference. I had to literally get up on top of the screen to see if there was a slight little difference. Much like the whole bare silver screen incident. And for those of you using white screens or gray screens for your dedicated theater room setup, that's a huge eye-opener because you're reflecting so much white light all over the place. It's not even funny. Now, keep in mind that Mr. Mannequin back here, he's black. He's an all-black painted mannequin right now. And the bottom line is, you can even see him in the dark on how much light that was reflecting off the screen and hitting the back of the wall. Yeah. That's why you don't want to use, I see all the time when I go to reform sites, white screens and gray screens and freaking home theater room dedicated setups. I'm like, why are you putting that in there? That's going to reflect so much white light all over the place. I don't care how dark your walls are. This should also answer the question, like I said, for those who've been asking about, can I paint a motorized projection screen? If I roll it up and down, is it going to crack or peel? Nope. You know how many times I rolled the screen down in the demonstration? In the last few demonstrations, quite a lot. Well, we'll be back down here tomorrow. We got to do some lights out demonstrations. We have a couple more lights out demonstrations. We're not done with this segment yet. We're going to do some more lights out demonstrations. We're going to do certified screens next. So are you really getting what you think you're getting with a certified screen in the dark? Do that one next. As for his products, like I said before, we did the lights out, we did the lights on. It's just not, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. At the end of the day, judging by how this stuff is reaction, it's just basically house paint. That's what it is. Cranberries. Then right there. Turn my projector off. This is mannequin. It's a nice setup here. This is perfect. I like this. So this is what I watch when I'm down here when I want to watch a little TV show or whatever. Or if I'm down here processing paint and I just want to hear something play in the background, this is what I have set up down here. I also put my RetroPie down here too from time to time to do a little gaming, take a little break from time to time. But when I'm over here, because I can't have the projectors behind here, this is my table where I work at, I throw the ultra short throw up here. And the ultra short throw I can run it from here without basically cluttering my table behind here for work. Okay, well, that's basically about it. We're going to get, let me see, the day is, I don't even know what the day is, to tell you the truth. I got to find out what the day is. But anyway, I put in an order for new containers. I need the containers in before Monday. So that has to be here before Monday because I got orders coming in. The screen painting for interested is available on the website with free worldwide shipping. We do have a 3-gallon container coming out because the 2 gallons just isn't enough. I was usually asking if we can make larger sizes, so probably somewhere around Sunday we're going to have a 3-gallon container. If I do a 3-gallon container, I'm going to have to throw something in there. You got to throw something in there for free with the 3-gallon containers. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. 3-gallon containers. I'm gonna throw in a fire stick. You heard me. I said fire stick. Yeah, I love the fire sticks. We'll throw in a free fire stick with the 3-gallon containers. That's what we'll do. How about that? Make everybody happy? Cheese. All right, that's basically about it. I'm gonna throw in a free fire stick with the 3-gallon containers. All right, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for your time. I have to go, and God bless. Fire stick.